What's going on, you bunch of heathens? Today we are checking out the brand new Fat Files episode. The most gangster pizza CEO, aka Little Caesars. I don't know why. I thought he had already done a video on Little Caesars, but apparently not. I was thinking of the Taco Bell video that he did a couple weeks, like a month or two back. But either way, this should be a pretty fun one, so I hope you guys enjoy. Without further ado, let's jump in.
I started looking into this company because it was a staple in my childhood growing up poor, and I like cheap pizza, and boy, did it take some unexpected turns.
To be fair, I don't care who you are. Little Caesars can hit. It can fucking hit. It's cheap and shitty pizza, but it can fucking hit. Even then, it's not even really shitty. Like, it does its job. It does its job. It's hot and it's ready. Like, it does its fucking job. Y'all bitching about fucking a $6 pizza. When, you're like, it is the best bang for your buck that you can get mainstream.
Today we're talking about Little Caesars pizza. Ladies and gentlemen, there's two types of people on the planet. There are people that like Little Caesars, and there's people that lack critical thinking skills. Buh! Little Caesars is not good pizza. Buh! Okay, nobody said it was. They said it was hot, ready, and it cost $5, okay? Nobody in their right mind is walking into Little Caesars, seeing an entire case of already cooked pizzas that are hot, ready, and cost $5, and are thinking to themselves, wow, I bet that pizza is absolutely delicious, okay? And if you think
exactly.
that, guess what?
That is exactly fucking right. It doesn't matter. Ain't no one actually thinking that. It's just the fact that it's actually there and it's ready for you, which makes it absolutely perfect.
Got a dress shirt to sell you that I wore while I was drinking alcohol at the Pentagon, which is banned, by the way, which in hindsight's a horrible example because I actually did wear this shirt while I was drinking alcohol at the Pentagon.
I'm pretty sure this is a Pepperbox episode or it just ain't out yet. Either way, what a fucking flex.
Oh, man. It tastes so much better knowing how much paperwork went into getting
First one to finish a White Claw in the Pentagon.
Suck it, son of a bitch!
I saw a post that someone, I want to say it was on Twitter, I'm pretty sure it was Twitter anyway. Where someone's just like, yeah, Nick says that he's the first one to do it. Mainly because you know there's some E4 somewhere pissed off that he can't say that he was actually the first one to do it. Which I think is fucking hilarious.
Also,
because it's probably true.
Before it even gets brought up in the comment section, I did not get to choose the type of alcohol, okay? I would have chose Busch Light all day and tomorrow, but when life gives you White Claws in the basement of the Pentagon, you chug them. That's my bad, disregard. Anyways, the point I'm trying to get across to you is nobody's going to Little Caesars because they want really good pizza, okay? Little Caesars is for mom that has been working 40 hours a week and is driving home and doesn't want to cook dinner, and then she sees a Little Caesars and is like, holy shit, I can feed myself, my husband, and my 2 kids for $6.99 by buying a pizza.
That's exactly what my sister does. Because a lot of the time, my sister will call me after she gets off from work to vent about how shitty her coworkers are and whatnot. No, that's what she'll do. She'll be like, I really don't want to cook today. So, know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pick up some Little Caesars on my way home because it's right on the way home. And it works out perfectly fucking fine.
Crazy bread and marinara sauce. Okay, and the craziest part about that everybody has to respect is the fact that Little Caesars pizza has been $5 since 1997, okay? It is the Arizona tea of the pizza world. Whoever runs Little Caesars and Arizona tea should be put in charge of the US economy. And we're gonna talk about how they managed to keep the prices that low right after a word from our sponsor.
Yay, another one of these.
Hey, I need a boombox.
Okay, I can go get you one.
Perfect.
All right, I'll go get it now. Love you.
Love you.
All right, bye.
Oh, it's this fucking ad. Okay.
Where's that boombox that I asked for?
Oh, it's right here. I got it for you.
What is this?
The boombox.
No, I wanted something to play.
God, I
music
love that
with.
stock.
Oh.
Let me go back a little bit. This fucking stock. I love these styles of stocks. God, who's the company that originally made them and they're fucking super expensive to fucking buy the actual brand name of? My brother mentioned it before because I wanted to get one for my AR. Knight's Armament, maybe? I want to say Knight's Armament. I'm not positive. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, I wanted to get something like that for mine. But they're fucking expensive.
Oh, that kind of boombox. Yeah, I got this instead.
Okay, we'll go to the store and get me a boombox so I can listen to music.
Can I keep this one still?
I don't care.
This video is brought to you by Delete Me. Okay, super simple business model. You give them money, they turn around and they make sure that online data brokers are not selling
Delete
your personal
Me.
information online.
Another
Okay,
Delete Me
pretty
ad.
much anytime you use a free service on the internet and you click that little box that says I agree to the terms and conditions, you've basically just agreed to allow them to harvest as much of your personal information as humanly possible. They then turn around and sell that to online data brokers, and that's how they can afford to offer you a free service. But when you have Delete Me, they go and they monitor all of these online data brokers for your personal information, and then if they find it, they submit all the opt-out forms on your behalf, so they have to take down and stop selling that information. So when you buy Delete Me, you're not actually buying anything, you're just buying your way out of all the negative consequences of all the free shit that you've already gotten. And because they continue to monitor those data brokers, you're buying yourself out of all the future negative consequences of all the free shit that you haven't even gotten yet. So if you want to give Delete Me a try, there's going to be a link and a discount code down below.
And yes,
Let's get back to the video. All right,
as long as it's within a year, probably if it's within a year, I'd leave these ads in because he fucking deserves it. If you don't like it, skip it like you would on any other video. It is what it is. Not to mention, his ads usually have a pretty funny fucking skit in them. So I think it's fucking worth it to leave them in.
This story begins on July 20th, 1929, when a young Mike Ilitch is born, the son of two first-generation immigrants. Like pretty much everybody born at this point in time, he grows up, he ends up joining the military, and he ends up becoming a United States Marine. Serves 4 years in the Marine Corps, comes back home, meets a young lady by the name of Marion, ends up marrying her. Then he ends up playing pro baseball for the Detroit Tigers, the New York Yankees.
Why do I feel like I've fucking heard this story before? It can't only be, what's it called? It can't only be Taco Bell that I'm thinking of. Has he done a short on this before? He may have. He may have done a short on this before because this is all sounding really, really familiar to me. So I'm going to assume that's what it is.
Yankees and the Washington Senators. Unfortunately, he ends up getting a knee injury and is forced into early retirement. At this point, that was like everything he was banking on, and he just has to start taking whatever jobs he can find. He's working as a handyman. He's working as a door-to-door salesman for aluminum awnings, literally just doing whatever he can do to get by. So him and his wife end up saving up $10,000, and they want to use that money to start up their own pizza place. And that's exactly what they do. And whenever you start a new business, the first thing you do is come up with a name. And Mike wanted to call it Pizza Treat, and his wife chimes in, is like, no, I hate that name. I want to name the restaurant after my pet name for you, Little Caesar. Which is weird because Mike's average height, he was 5'9", Caesar was only 5'7", and Mike is significantly taller than his wife, so I don't know why she would come up with the name Little Caesar. Wait, Little Caesar always depicted by stabbing his spear into a pie. Wait, pull up a picture of the Little Caesar. Holy shit.
That's a peanut.
Wait, was this a Marine Corps dick joke the entire time? I'm conflicted. On one hand,
dude, if the whole Little Caesar's name is just a fucking dick joke, that's the most Marine Corps fucking grunt shit ever, and I love it. That would be the funniest shit ever.
My childhood is ruined, but on the other hand, it's a multi-billion-dollar Marine Corps dick joke, which is just perfect. I wonder if Melinda Gates is who came up with the name Microsoft. Sorry, we're getting way off track. Little Caesars was originally Little Caesars Pizza Treat, and it opened up in 1959, and their slogan was Pizza Pizza, which is the most Marine Corps slogan of all time. Just say whatever it is twice. Except, of course, in Canada, Pizza Pizza was already trademarked, so they had to go with Quality instead.
Nerd alert!
Let me hear you say pasta!
Right out of the gate, their first restaurant is a huge success, and they end up franchising and getting another location open within the first 3 years.
USA #1, bitch.
Little Caesars all over the country. It's a huge chain, and somewhere along this line, they end up ditching the original name of Little Caesars Pizza Treat and just shorten it to Little Caesar, which I'm never going to be able to say the same ever again now. Is this why
Neither
the
can I,
breadsticks
but
are
it's
so
so fucking
so
worth
business
it.
is going great. They start opening up restaurants all over the United
Fucking
States.
worth
They
it,
even got
though.
some up there in Canada. They keep the company privately owned, so they get to make all the decisions.
No way you
Everything's
put
going
no way he put the fucking Sage Rake in there. Oh, that's fucking hilarious. I love that. God, you are a treat, Mr. Chubby Electron guy. I love you. Like, I really do. You're a fucking treat.
great. They're making a ton of money, at which point Mike sets his sights on going and buying the favorite team that he played for when he was a professional baseball player, the Detroit Tigers. He wants to own the entire team, and he's got the money to do it. But in 1998,
yeah.
the CEO of Domino's, his direct competitor, bought the team out from underneath him.
Son of a bitch.
Okay, this is a Marine. This is shot.
By the way, can I just say, I love the fact that, dude, Canada, how does it feel? Like, I honestly gotta get Canada's fucking feelings for it. The two main things now that people know you for, I'm not talking like the military career, the military history kind of people who think war crimes and shit from like World War I. No, the two main things now that you're known for is hockey and Drake the pedophile. How does that make y'all feel? If I have any Canadians watching this video, because holy shit, y'all are taking some L's recently.
Shots fired. This means absolute war. So what ends up happening is Mike still wants to own a sports team. So what he does instead is he ends up buying the Detroit Red Wings, the hockey team, and under his command, they do great, start winning
Fuck
a bunch
yeah,
of games.
I love the
This
Red
is
Wings.
becoming so regular, we should just have Michigan Day at the White House when the Red Wings come.
The Tigers, on the other hand, are doing absolutely terrible under the ownership of the CEO of Domino's, so he's forced to sell, and by 1992, Mike is able to buy the Detroit Tigers as well. And
Fuck
under his
yeah,
ownership,
good on you,
the
Mike.
Detroit Tigers start doing awesome as well, but Mike is not about to forget what the CEO of Domino's did.
I don't even think you really know what a bad day is.
So in 1993, right after he bought the Detroit Tigers, Mike launches the Big campaign for Little Caesars, which kicks off what is today known as the Pizza Wars. At this point in time, there's three major pizza chain restaurants in the United States.
Is this like the
of America.
Toyota
You've got
Wars?
Little Caesars, Domino's, and Pizza Hut.
How does it make you feel? It doesn't matter how it makes you feel.
And Little Caesars comes up with a brilliant marketing plan of what if
So
we just
great
sold
out of
big-ass
context.
pizzas. So they had their big promotion where they just sold a massive pizza and said that it was bigger than all the other pizzas on the market. That went so well and they made so much money that they actually started
That's
to
dope.
make more money than Domino's, at which point Pizza Hut fired back by launching their Sasquatch pizza. And then
I'm gonna say this. When it comes to pizza, I will take Little Caesars over Domino's. Simply because Domino's may have a slightly better pizza. It just is not worth it for the fucking price. The price difference is not worthy enough to do that. Pizza Hut, on the other hand, honestly, yet again, if I could choose, I would probably choose Little Caesars because of the price point. Simply because of the price point. Although I really do like the stuffed crust that they do. I do like Pizza Hut's stuffed crust. So, who knows?
Domino's came in with their Dominator pizza. It was literally a nuclear arms race of the pizza world. It was the golden age of pizza fast food. Then in 1997, after the pizza wars subsided, Little Caesars needed to have their next big promotion, and what they went with was hot and ready. They decided to shift the entire direction of the company. They weren't going to focus on dine-in. They weren't going to have dine-in at all. They weren't going to deliver. It was going to be, you can walk in, pick up your pizza. Not only can you pick up the pizza, it's going to be there, it's going to be hot, and it's going to be ready. It's already done, and it's cheap as fuck. It's brilliant. It's cheap, it's fast, it's highly effective.
It's the best shit ever.
You're a mom taking her kid to soccer practice, and you forgot, oh shit, it was my turn this week to bring the food to feed all the kids after soccer practice, and then you drive by, see a Little Caesars, and know that you can pick up
2 or 3
5
pizzas
for like $30. The day is set.
That's the fucking best thing ever.
Pickup is actually part of the reason that the food is so cheap, because the buildings don't need to be that big. They can occupy these little tiny commercial areas because all they need is a kitchen and like a 3-foot wide area with a cash register for people to pay when they pick up their pizza. You're not wasting money on a dining area, you're not wasting money on delivery drivers, and that's a big part of why they managed to keep the pizza price at $5. On top of that, they did everything as cheaply as possible. Their marinara sauce is literally from concentrate, so the employees just dump this can of concentrated tomato paste in, pan and mix it with water, and that's what the sauce is. And then they use the cheapest cheese they can get their hands on. And then for the dough is actually the good part, because the dough is actually made fresh every single day, because buying pre-made dough was more expensive than just making dough in-house. So the dough is actually really fresh,
actually
and
cool.
That's why the crazy
I actually didn't know
breadsticks are
this.
so good.
I actually didn't know that. That's actually really cool to think about. Because I know for a fact when I worked at Domino's, that shit wasn't made fresh. Also, another thing I hated about working at Domino's, because my dad used to manage one. I would talk to him about the quality differences from when he managed to when I started working there, which was like a 15-year difference or so. Back when he managed, he would not allow you to prep dough on trays, on like stretch it out and everything, get it all ready on different sizes and whatnot to pre-do shit. It was all, nah, bitch, you grab the dough out, you stretch it out for each pizza that comes through the order. I didn't do that. I was always, you have to, what's the word? They would always make me prep like 1 or 2 racks full of pre-stretched dough. And sometimes that shit would sit out for like 3 or 4 hours and get hella warm, and it just not good. I could legit tell the difference between whether or not it was left out long enough or too long or whatnot, but I wasn't allowed to fucking complain. Also, we didn't make it. That shit came on our fucking little blue trays that we stack in the fridge. Still, the best job was stretching out the dough. If you worked on the line, it was either working the ovens, unless you're me who worked at one in Texas, so the heat was unbearable working the ovens, or stretching dough. I mainly worked line, so it was stretching dough, or I wanted to be working sides. Sides was by far better than working me, the only person on sides, was infinitely better than actually working on the line for just regular pizza toppings. I hated working regular pizza toppings. I could be the only person working sides, and I would not complain because it was just me. I had my way of doing it. No one to get in my fucking way. Let's continue on before I go on a bigger rant.
Got all this large pie, and the crazy bread.
You know, I've never actually seen this dude any of his videos. I've just seen clips of him. Maybe I'll check out maybe I'll check out a video of his and react to it or something, if that's what y'all want. Because I've seen this dude everywhere.
And the sauce for $6.
Somehow they managed to keep the price of the pizza $5 flat until 2022. It literally took a global pandemic that forced people to stay in their houses and not interact with people to get them to raise the price of their pizza. That's incredible. Okay, just for the record, gas prices alone went up 231% during that same time frame. We're not even going to talk about the housing market, and somehow these guys managed to keep the pizza at $5. And guess how much they were forced to raise the pizza price by in 2022?
$1?
55 cents. The pizza is now, to this day, still $5.55. And in exchange for the price increase, you got 33% more pepperoni on your pizza.
Fuck
okay,
yeah!
Why does this happen? For the same exact reason that it happened with Arizona tea. Okay, it is a...
Also, at least where I live now, you can get it delivered, apparently. Apparently, they also do delivery now, which is pretty cool.
Privately owned company. They are not worried about getting more money for all of their shareholders. Once the owner has enough money to go out and buy all of his favorite sports teams, there's no reason to raise the price on the product, right? As long as he's still making money, he's happy. So that's exactly what he keeps doing. Okay, is Little Caesars cutting corners on the pizza? Yeah, it's their entire business model is to make the cheapest pizza possible, okay? But unlike most other companies, Little Caesars takes all that cost savings and passes it along to the customer, not giving it to their shareholders. Buh! I don't care if it's cheap, it still tastes like cardboard. Buh! You know what? Keyboard warriors would know exactly what cardboard tastes like, wouldn't you? I bet you could differentiate brands of Windows by the taste.
Thank you.
And you know what? I'm willing to concede. Is Little Caesars the best pizza if I'm judging by taste? Absolutely
Fuck
not.
no.
But you know what? It still tastes better than Italian pizza.
It's not great. It's not horrible. You're gonna get fat.
I've never actually had Italian pizza, but every time, some of them look pretty appetizing, but this may just be my American side talking. A lot of them don't. really look that appetizing. I like my American pizza. Also, it's the price point. You cannot beat the price point of some Little Caesars, motherfuckers. Like, you just cannot.
Buh! How can you even say that? The Italians literally invented pizza, and that's how it's supposed to be. Italian pizza has to be the best by default. Buh! A, no it doesn't. B, that doesn't even make sense, okay? You can say what you want about Little Caesars pizza, but at least they figured out how to spread the cheese evenly. Okay, Italian pizza is literally like, what if I had bread with tomato?
Yeah, like, that doesn't look super appetizing to me. I like my, like, personal thing, I guess. Culture thing.
Tomato paste all over it, and then I threw 4 giant cheese balls on top. Okay, no, why would you do that? I want the next bite of pizza to taste exactly like the last bite of pizza because pizza's fucking delicious. Okay, I don't care if the Italians did it first. They did it wrong, okay? Just because something's first doesn't mean it's the best or the right way to do something, okay? The Model T was the first mass manufactured car. That doesn't mean that the Model T is better than my F-150. But it gets better because not only did Mike manage to keep the price of the pizzas low simply because he could afford to and he's a good guy, he also took a ton of the profits that he made because he was making so much money and did a bunch of philanthropy. He created the Little Caesars Love Kitchen, which was a mobile Little Caesars that they would drive into natural disaster areas and give out free food to people. He helped with veterans
I didn't know they did that.
He funded youth hockey league.
I actually didn't know that they did that. That's really fucking cool. I've never heard anyone talk about that. Like when he talked about Waffle House, the whole Waffle House never closing, and they allow the people working at that location to go home and then send other team members in. I didn't know about that either. But the whole, we're going to create a mobile kitchen to drive into disaster areas to help feed. That's insanely dope. I love that.
In 1994, when Rosa Parks was attacked because she lived on the bad side of town,
I did hear
Mike
about
heard
this.
about this and then got her into a nicer apartment on a nicer side of town and paid her rent for the rest of her life and never even told anybody. Dude didn't do it for PR, didn't do it for the good press, literally just did it because it was the right thing to do. And
yeah, I do remember actually reading about this when this came, reading about this. This was incredibly fucking awesome to hear about. Dude didn't, like he said, didn't do for PR, none of that shit. It was just, she was attacked. I got her a better place, paid for her rent to the rest of her life because I have the money to, and it's the right thing to do. So fucking based.
nobody found out about it until he passed away. And when he did pass away in 2017 at the age of 87 years old, his widow became one of the wealthiest women in the entire country. Okay, that's the American dream. Dude goes off, serves 4 years in the Marine Corps, comes back home, finds a beautiful girl, marries her, plays professional baseball, blows out his knee, dreams are ruined, doesn't give up on himself. Goes out, starts a business, makes so much fucking money that he buys the sports team he used to play for and a couple of other sports teams. Does it all without being greedy, cutting corners to screw over his customer. He cuts corners to save the customer money so even poor people can afford to buy their kids pizza. And then with all the extra money he makes, he does a bunch of charity work and then dies at 87 years old, leaving his widow a billionaire like a complete fucking gangster. And the cherry on top, the entire thing was based off of one big elaborate multi-billion-dollar dick joke, which is a title that only a Marine could achieve. This video is so unhinged, I don't even know how to end it. I guess just like, be like Mike, you know? Never give up on yourself.
Be
never
like Mike.
Compromise your morals to make more money. If you can do charity work along the way, that's great. And apparently making dick jokes works. Thank you for watching. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch over at thefatelectrician.com. Quack bang out.
Also, they stayed married ever since the end of the war. Hell yeah, be like Mike. Be like him. Not the Garantham Mike who cheated on his wife and all that. No, be like Little Caesars Mike. Dick joke Mike.
Somebody's going to take that advice too literal, and there's going to be a new pizza chain called Girth Brooks. I guarantee it.
I hope. I hope.
Mike Ilitch, owner of the Red Wings since 1982, passed away at age 87. This afternoon, we asked that you join in a moment of silence to honor his memory. Thank you.
You'll
R.I.P.
never discover new oceans
R.I.P. a real one.
unless you have the courage to lose sight of the shore. Mike and Marion had the courage to lose sight of the shore and discover new oceans. They kept pushing Detroit, and it had not been for them, I am saying,
fuck yeah,
Detroit would not be in the renaissance that they're in now.
I just want to be remembered as a good father and somebody who loves Detroit. You know, I like to be remembered as for the people that know me as a decent guy.
You know what? I think you did it. I honestly think you fucking did it. I think you did a fantastic job. Good on you, Mike. Well, that was Fat Electrician, or technically the Fat Files. Most Gangster Pizza CEO, Little Caesars. Really good video. I feel like I've seen a bunch of that before, but I may just be thinking of something completely different. Make sure to go over to the original video, like and subscribe to him. Like and subscribe to me if you want to keep seeing me. And until next time, take care of yourselves. See ya.